Did you miss me? What's up, everyone? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my TeaTalks. I hope everybody is doing well, swell, thriving, and surviving, child. All right. I hope everyone is recovering well due to all that snow that we had. All right. I definitely missed y'all. The snow has had us out of commission over here, child. So hopefully these nice 50, 60 degrees outside, we keep them for a little while. Do you hear me? We still have snow out here that still need to melt. All right. So those days where it was 62, 65, I need those days to come back. All right. Anyway, outside of that, I hope y'all all are doing well. Like I said, the kids is back at school. But needless to say, life keeps moving, does it? All right. So I want you to go ahead. Oh, let's back up. For the ones who are new here, hello. And for the ones who are returning, welcome back. All right. So here, we talk about a number of different things. I am a person who loves analogies. And I like that life gives us a lot of them. And if we pay attention closely, we can get a lot of wisdom from things that have already seen paths and had dealt with things emotional to be able to pass on wisdom, okay? AKA your ancestors. Your ancestors. You know, make them proud, do the right thing. All right? You want to set his back? Do the opposite. Needless to say, nor here nor there. Go ahead, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on, get it and bring it close. Where's my juice? I've been sitting here crocheting, y'all, so I ain't had time to get up. So I have, but you know what I'm saying, I just don't have a lot of time. So anyhow, go ahead, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on, get it and bring it close. Now, this Tea Talk is sponsored, of course, by my real life. But needless to say, I'm pretty sure at some point, time or another, we all have gone on a trip. Excuse me. I know at one point, time or another, we all have gone on a trip. And when we go on a trip, right, we pack all these things because what? We don't know what is what when we touch down, when we get there, whatever the case may be. So we got a flip-flop, we got a boot, we got a visor, we got a snapback hat. You don't know if you want to cover yourself with shade and still let your scalp get a tan or what. You just know that if you could fit it all in the carry-on and not have to pay extra, you was going to put it in that thing and hope for the best. And whether you needed it or not, it was going to be available to you. So, mind you, you go and you pack and if you're smart and, money conscious, you go ahead and purchase your tickets early so that way they a little bit cheaper, And, you get to talking about getting your arrangements together to make sure someone house sits or whatever the case may be. But needless to say, you're amped. You're ready to go. I mean, it just takes that day, that last day of work, and that last hour for someone to piss you off at work to be like, you know what, I'm about to go on vacation. But you better hope my ass come back. All right? You that type of excited. You're not playing no games. Like, you skip lunch. You so fucking excited. Okay? So, needless to say, you come to that day and that time. And here it is. It is time for you to make sure that you are at the airport early enough for you to go ahead and get whatever it is that's in your luggage checked. you be able to get you a little bite to eat, maybe snag you a little seat that's maybe close to your gate, but you able to see a little bit of scenery. All right, you make sure you hurt and go ahead, double check wherever you're supposed to be at, take a leak. All right, and you patiently wait it out until it's time for you, and they call the seating arrangements, correct? All right. Even then, think of it like this too. For the ones who don't like to travel via aviation, I mean, hell, you still double check your car battery. You make sure you rotate your tires. You make sure you top off all your liquids. You make sure you got a spare back there. All right. You make sure your lights work front and back, and you make sure the kids got plenty snacks. All right. Limited stopping is what's going to make sure the gas stretch from here to wherever the destination is. Okay. Make them stretch like them highways. Do you hear me? All right. So, you tell the kids, hey, do y'all need to use the bathroom? You got those kids that will literally sit there and tell you no up until the moment y'all about to go and leave. All right. We're going to go on back over to the aviation version because that's the one I really want to focus on. Okay. For the grown folks. So, now they call your gate. They call your gate. They pick your number, bitch. It's time for you to make sure you grab all your belongings. Whatever it is that you want to take up there in there with you. You make sure you got it all. Okay? Don't leave nothing unaccounted for. So you do just that. And you go on to your gate. They check your little ticket. You find a little seat, what may have you. Greetings. Yeah. All that cheese and the chitter chatter, and then suddenly, all of a sudden, you hear a voice. And you hear a voice on the intercom where it's giving you instructions on what to do and what not to do. And so you paying attention, and by the time it's almost like those damn medicine commercials. All right, you listen to the damn side effects, trying to help or are you going to try to decline my health even more because the side effects is longer than the list for the fucking purposes. So now you're stuck, You're stuck like, well, damn. Excuse me. Like, damn, they talking about you can't do this. You gotta buckle up, and above you got an extra oxygen mask, and you got two plane doors in the middle and all this other type stuff, and it's just like, damn, should I have drove? Like, what's going on? But needless to say, down on the land, still got the same nervousness, okay? Because no matter what mechanic tells you about what you fixed, you cannot sit here and tell me you can expect unfortunate circumstances. They're out there, but as far as and the timing of them, don't nobody know that. Only one person know that, and he does all of that. You feel me? So they got the same stresses down below because, oh shit, driving all this way, shit, we could have motherfucking flew. All right? The woulda, the couldas, the shouldas, the ain'ts. So now we back up in the air. Hell, we not even off the landing strip, let alone the air. And they talking about if motherfucker this thing was to go into multi pieces. Is that a word? No. It'll have a hyphen. Either way you look at it, if this thing was to combust, there's some things that we have to take care of. For one, good luck. And then two, it's on you. All right? So by the time you start thinking about, what coulda, shoulda could happen, all of a sudden now they coming down the aisle with drinks. This is not how you calm your nerves. This is not how you start anything. If you are nervous and it has not taken off, you can leave. If it took off and this has happened, okay, let me back up. They're coming down the aisle with drinks. And they're coming down the aisle with drinks. And they neat. Ain't no ice. There's no chill going down, bitch. Let it burn. No Usher. Okay? In the words of Chris Brown about the Super Bowl, you gonna need this. Okay? You need this. That's what the Spirit will be saying. You need this. Okay. Swig that, and all of a sudden, now what the fuck is it? Oh, baby, it's okay. It's just turbulence. Turbulence? We supposed to be in the air. We not supposed to be flying on no rocky, invisible roads. What is going on? Well, you know, he got to get his feet, and then once he gets his feet in and gets straight, they pull the wheels up, and okay. Oh, shit, this feels like a cloud. Little do you know, there's a headache coming to your destination. Here comes some more turbulence. Now, mind you, you sleep, you in a mood, you comfortable, you ain't got no problems. You just feel as if, like, you know what? Damn it, if this was a bad bitch, it would be in the house. It would be in my room. And then all of a sudden, the hell is waking you up out of your dream, out of your sleep, out of your slumber, out of your comfort, out of the zone that you considered to be untouchable. You come into that place that, and mind you, it's just like, oh Lord Jesus, you gotta still remember what the hell y'all was just talking about before y'all took off. Now, worst case scenario, all of a sudden, you ever seen Lost? Damn if you'll be found. Because let me tell you something. Them oxygen masks come down. Them damn seat buckles start to haul off and start get faulty on you. All of a sudden, it just seems like there's some transformer type shit happening. And guess what? There's only one bag of air. And there's two people sitting on this side, bitch. Now, I know in the real world, everyone got one. But let's just say, for instance, there's only one between... There's one per two people. So that means y'all got to share it or someone's going to hog it all. Right? Now, ideally, you're supposed to put oxygen on yourself first, calm yourself down, and then help the other person. Because otherwise, you'll save them and cut yourself short. But in this situation, it's the same turbulence that started, ending. And so, even though it was a safe landing, even though you ain't lose all your shit, but you almost did, literally, you're safe. You're on ground. You can breathe, right? You got to where you need to be. You did what you need to do. You got to where you needed to go, child. Ain't relationships a lot like that? Who you gonna put the oxygen mask on first? When it comes to turbulence and aviation, relationships, people, and your nervous system, child, they all talking about one another. They all in the same sentence. You know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm saying. You know, things can always start off a certain way. But just remember, how it starts off is how it ends. Wherever you meet someone, that's where they 9 times out of 10 always gonna be. So if you meet someone, and I've been saying that since I started my channel. When you meet someone, if you know, even if so happens you're working at a bar and you meet them there, guess where they're always going to be? You meet someone in the library, guess where they'll be. You meet someone in a grocery store, that's probably where they always be. I like to eat too. If so happens, you know what I'm saying, you catch them and they getting off work still in their work clothes, that's 9 times out of 10 where they're going to be, right? The thing is, though, is in between. They don't haul off, really let you know the severity of how things can dismantle. Not fully until it happens. Someone don't really show you who they are until shit really happens. And then you gotta think, do I unbuckle myself and help the other person first? Do I just give in and do whatever, or do I remain calm so then that way I can be able to get through whatever with a level head? I've never seen a swimmer lose control. You know what I'm saying? Like I never seen a swimmer lose like their poise when it comes to knowing, like, in all seriousness, if it's to like save a life, they are focused. Do you hear me? It's just second nature, like riding a bike. And so the turbulence is, okay, well, hey, you can get a little used to it. Take your nerves off. That can go for love bombing, gaslighting, you name it. But needless to say, once you in there, you in there. I really wouldn't say it's like that. It's just like when you're used to turbulence, you're able to identify it. All right. This is the thing. I've been on many. I've been on a few plane rides. I've been on a few airplanes. All right, a few different lines. And the honest thing I can tell you is, turbulence is inevitable. But if you have the right pilot that has the right, like, has the experience and has the know-how to be able to remember that it's not just them, it's them as well. Okay, that pilot is a leader. That pilot, like, literally, that turbulence is not going to be that bad. You'll feel that bounce. All right, anytime you know someone, you get to know someone, you build a friendship, you build a relationship, there's going to be that bounce where you're not going to see eye to eye on something, right? And so even though you bounce back, it still helps you be able to see one another. So you want someone that's level-headed, that's disciplined, to be able to fly the plane that you on. I really prefer for that to be you. You know? Because guess what? If too many hands is on the buttons and shit, and of course there's two up there, that's when shit get the ricocheting and malfunctioning. No, we're not doing all of that. No ham, no ma'am, no turkey. We're not doing none of that. All right? We're not doing none of that. So I need one person to navigate, and I need one person to communicate. I don't need one person doing it all. And if you're going to do it all, you need to be able to have some mastery of some sort. No one else should be able to fly your plane and then try to tell you what the turbulence is. No, absolutely not. What I will say is this. Anything and everything has some type of rockiness to it. All right? Whether it's you on land getting nervous for a 14-hour ride, or you're up in the air and you're 3,000 miles away from where you're trying to get, there's always going to be some type of nervousness there. And that is normal because we're different people. Where it really starts to seem tricky is when people start adapting the idea that they can be co-pilot to everybody except themselves. And so now we got a turbulent situation because You want to fly the plane, but you didn't go to school for the shit. You didn't put in the hours for the shit. But now you want to come up here and act like you got some leadership skills with them little two peanuts rolling around up there. Set your boundaries so it's understood that you have gone through whatever you needed to go through. Pain, school, you name it, suffering, you name it. You're the one who's battle tested to be in the field like that for you. You don't need anyone coming in trying to sideline. You got a twin? Ask them. Because then they need to sit to the sideline. They are simply a passenger and they need to buckle up just like everybody else, and they need to be read the procedure. All right? When things get rocky, when things get shaky, you have the right to address it, i.e. boundaries. Because once that is taken care of, everything after that is like it's like 90% choice, like 10% just reaction. So you know what you're doing. So be the pilot of your own ride, whether it's in the air or on the ground, child. You got the map, you know your destination, you know what you want to do, you know how you want to do it, and if it don't work the first way, figure out another way. But you don't need anyone coming in trying to tell you who you are and what you can be if you let them be able to navigate you where you need to go. That sounds like a sorry that sounds like a sorry person who like they don't have a ride for themselves. Where they ride at? So why you don't even know me? So how you gonna navigate me to some shit you don't know? You see what I'm saying? Some folks just like to pitch a ride. They don't want to pay their way. They don't want to pay no tickets. They don't want to have no accountability. They just want to go on with the get on until they can ride out into the sunset, to the sunset no more. So, we got to be careful of those type of folks, because those be the main ones that will take your fucking oxygen and literally hog it to themselves, because they're literally self-absorbed. Self-absorbed. If life is already going to give you trials, tribulations, and turbulences that you're going to have to navigate and go through, why put extra on yourself? Everything is always nice when, you're in the honeymoon stage. But let's get a little bit more grounded into like a relationship, right? Because even though it can be fine for a while. It can be fine for a while. It can really seem as if like everything is coasting. And that's the honeymoon stage. What about your alignment though? Because if that plane don't align right with that wind, guess what's going to happen? What Disney movie was it when old girl was like, a whole new world? Yeah, you about to be in one, all right. You about to be in one. All because someone couldn't take control. They about to bust your shit up. No. Hold on, partner. You getting on this plane, you a passenger or you a maintenance worker? They both are just as important as me getting to my destination. What we not gonna do is be kids and thinking my seat is what you about to call shotgun. Yeah, I got a shot. Okay. Get on in the back and find your seat, sir, ma'am, Karen, Ken. Find your seat. And even then, if you traveling with the little ones, let me tell you something. You still the pilot. You are still the pilot for the plane that's going to help elevate your family. So whether you go back to school, whether you stay up late to study, to be good at whatever it is that you want to do, I got a video coming for that. Needless to say, would you trust anybody with your life in their hands if they did not have the education and the training to get you to and fro? That's how you have to look at whoever boards your plane, come in your life, decide they want to be a friend, decide even then if they want to be the opposite. Because we don't really give them a lot of names over here. You know, we try to focus a little bit more on the, you know, the humor and the positivity. But them know who they are. We don't even have bushes for them, child. We just don't. We don't. We don't care. We don't care because we're always ready. So, you want a leader that knows what the hell they doing. And until you feel as if like you find that counterpart, child, and even when you do find that counterpart, all right, turbulence, you know what I'm saying? Turbulence. When folks struggle for control, there's turbulence. Because one doesn't want to be a co-pilot, but they're still sitting beside someone else other than them. All right? Delusional. I know. Just like I think it's a very delusional gesture to tell me, in case this bitch falls to pieces, this is here, unbuckle this. But hey, do you want a gin and juice? What? No, I need a clear mind just in case this shit literally pops to pieces. And here it is, you trying to take the edge off before, like, what's going on here? I get it. Sometimes the wife, the kids, and the dog barking to the sing-along in the back really makes you just want to go get you a plane ticket, fly solo, first class, bitch. I get it. I get it. But those are the simple turbulences in life that we exchange for where we're trying to get in life. Whether it's us having a family, blending the family, you know, doing whatever it is that you want to do to get whatever level you're trying to get on. Every ticket come with a price. What's yours? You know, damn if you take my oxygen. So you better hope and pray. If you sitting ever beside me on the plane, you better double check to make sure that there's two of them motherfuckers there, because ain't no rock, paper, scissors. I'm not that type of person, all right? I'm not just going to let you, you know what I'm saying? No. But I will tell you this. Look, we going to take our last individual deep breath, and then we just going to have to hold hands, pray, and work this thing out, honey. I don't know. We going to have to put a needle poke in this bowl, in this hole, in this thing, and get us a little coffee stir straw. One way or another, we gonna figure out how we both can use this damn bag together so we can get the hell up out of here. Don't drink that. Shit. Use that for the antiseptics when we get down there. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video, okay? Tell me down below. All right, everything in life has its ups and downs and twists and crisscrosses and shit, but at the end of the day, you definitely need to remember, first and foremost, self-preservation. Again, self-preservation. Again, self-preservation. All right, because when in doubt and you just don't depend on man to help you make you, that self-preservation will keep you from having a lot of unnecessary turbulences in life, and as well as in the air, if you know what airlines not to use. All right, won't use that one ever again. But needless to say, I am here. I am here. I am here. I am here. Say it with me. I am here. All right? Whatever it is, however you want to put that emotion in that blank right there, put it there. Like, I am here. I am what? I am hurt. I am happy. I am sad. I am bored. I am this. I am that. But you okay. I didn't fart. That was like back of my chair. But either way, either way you look at it, yes, okay, understand. You double down on you, honey, because you are the first, the last, and the emergency. Okay, so y'all tell me down below, what do y'all think about this video? Make sure you leave me some comments and some feedback down there as well. Of course, make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hype the video, help me in the algorithm, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.